welcome to Knickknack's Corner. Today, I'm going to talk to you about my favorite books of 2020. I did a top 10, so here we go. Number 10 is Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I really enjoyed this thriller horror, gothic horror-esque book. I think every single thing on this list here has a 5-star rating. So these were my favorites of the year, and Home Before Dark really turned me on to Riley Sager, and I picked up his other books and will be continuing reading his stuff going forward because I really enjoyed the way he wrote the story. Number 9 is The Witcher. I'm just going to make the entire series as a grouping just like I do for Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings won't be on this list, by the way, because I did read it this year, but it's my favorite, and I think most people who watch this channel know that, so I'm not going to bother saying that one. But The Witcher was something I really enjoyed. Gave me a different type of fantasy to read that I really liked, and I almost forgot that I read that in 2020. I thought it was a 2019 thing I read, but I read it this year. Shows you how long the year has felt. But it was, I did the entire series in 1 month, all 8 books. So that shows you how much I really loved it and enjoyed it. Number 8 was Evan Winter's The Rage of Dragons. I really love this book. I'm looking forward to reading Fires of Vengeance, which I have behind me here. It's really great series so far, and very impressed with Evan Winter on his debut. Number 7 was The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty, and it was a wonderful book. It was almost the entire movie verbatim, but there was a few other extra scenes in there and stuff like that, and he did a wonderful job at creeping me out while I was listening to him. Number 6 is R.F. Kuang's The Poppy War. Now, I read Poppy War and Dragon Republic. Both were phenomenal. I am so in love with that world. I'm so excited to read The Burning God. I'm getting to it this month. I swear to it, I am going to read it this month. That's maybe my favorite fantasy series that came out this year. Number 5 is Dune. I was just introduced to it this year from my friend Corey from work, and also Mike's book reviews. He consistently talks about how much he loves it as well. And I've read the first 2 books so far, and I'm still going to continue into it. I really found it quite enthralling, and I am all here for it. I really enjoyed what the story brought, so very excited, especially for the movie to come out this year too. That's going to be great. For number 4, I gave that one to 11/22/63 by Stephen King. It was a book that I didn't know I was going to love as much as I did. It was very jarring as to what people thought of it. Some people absolutely loved it, and others did not. And I was one of the ones who did love it, so I'm putting it on my list and high up on my list because it is something unlike Stephen King has ever written before, and that to me is very important. Number 3 on my list is I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. That book took me for a trip for a little while. I read it twice, and I really enjoyed it. I've seen the movie a few times now as well, and I really just loved the way the story was done. And I'm really looking forward to his other book that I found. I can't remember what it's called, but he's just such an interesting writer that I'm gonna check out anything he writes. Number 2, this might surprise some of you, is The Only Good Indians. I thought that was gonna be my number 1, but it's my number 2. It was a fantastic book on its own, and the social commentary, the way that Stephen Graham Jones grips you and pulls you along through the story, I just absolutely loved it. Gives you some really creepy visuals that I really enjoyed, so it's most certainly a contender for one of my favorites, But I have to say, my favorite of the year is definitely Stephen King's Pet Sematary. It's my favorite book he's ever written so far to date, and I absolutely adored it when I read it. It made me think of it even up until as recent as last month, and I'll probably think about it again in the future because it's just one of those books that constantly pulls you in and keeps grasping you, and I loved it. It was fantastic, and if you're into horror, definitely check out Pet Sematary. It'll be something that you'll love. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming to the corner, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and take care of yourselves. Bye.